been ready for this. Since like 9-5, I've been eager for this. Talent on the rise, I'm consistent with this. Trophy is the prize, ain't no gimmicks with this. Okay, now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I hit that exit on them. Gotta blame my faith, cause these odds ain't got nothing on them. I secured the safe for the cradle, I ain't dropping nothing, ooh. Only winning is exception, ain't no truce. Ain't no dub, ain't no L on my crew. Ooh. Only winning is exception on my crew. Yeah. Ain't no dub, ain't no L. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, and I hit that.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, as it's called, CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. Two teams fighting for one berth in Super Bowl 55 in Tampa. Let's do it. It's NFC Championship time. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
He was brought down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
He's checking. Hey, zero.
On second down, it's Carson, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now it's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And look here, it's an opening drive fake. And he will not make it. They stop him short of the first down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Throwing on first down is Murray. And a catch made by Hopkins. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
At the 18-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run here with Raymond Calais. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Calais. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Now Murray. That is caught at the 7-yard line.
Murray's pass.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. From 4 yards out. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. In a game of this magnitude, it's always good to get out to a great start. But a game of this magnitude, you go up early, that's a big deal.
It's a huge deal. Psychologically, you now have the advantage as well as on the scoreboard. And also, it's a settling effect for your team. You're in it now. You've got the lead. Let's just go play some more ball.
This is DJ Reed returning. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC Championship game. Steps away to his left. He'll run it. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go, but when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
2nd and short now following the fumble.
Alert. Bang out. Bam.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it. Couldn't get it. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot. Went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Will Dissly, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The improv act there, good for 9. And now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
A gain of 1. It's fourth down and less than a yard.
They'll run with Penny, and he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Able to convert on fourth to bring up first and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. They run it with Carson. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Brought down at the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Penny will try to punch it in. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a fourth and goal.
No gain.
Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They're turned away on fourth and goal. And this Cardinal defense comes up with a goal line stand. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And now their defense came through with a goal line stand, got them the ball back. See what they can do about putting a drive together. Long way to go.
They need to reward that defense.
And he lost the football, and the Seahawks have recovered.
Murray's pass complete. A fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf there to make the grab. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They run with Calais. 7-7, our score after one.
The score tied 7-7.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run. Calais. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it them to 2nd and 4.
The ball carrier.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On the ground, it's Calais. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Brings up 3rd down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Here's Murray from midfield. This one caught by Isabella. 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Wilson to throw. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. It's a big play there for Seattle. 52 yards.
16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Carson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Second and 5 now. Wilson. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete.
Wilson. They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Jason Myers.
So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a handoff looking right. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, Murray. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk, 84 yards. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability.
For the extra point.
Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touch. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
– 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. This time, Wilson will throw. Dancing to his left. Incomplete.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Double count. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. He don't know no better.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt.
For the Seahawks.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And 5.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
There on the tackle.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
It's a gain of
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Going deep for Hopkins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. But not before getting this inside the 30. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
First down, Cardinals.
First down, Murray, and he hits Drake. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Again, they'll throw with Murray. They'll set up the screen to Calais. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. Daniels on the return. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46.
He was tackled at the 46.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Second and 5 now. Murray. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
9 yards.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 46-yard line.
Second and 11 now. Again, it's Calais. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
And to give this time to the tailback. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
Fourth down.
Murray sets to throw on 4th. Flush to his right. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A gritty play there. Put his nose down and got his guys a first.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. That ball complete to Isabella. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Andy Isabella saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Makes the score Cardinals 31, Seahawks 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now this will make it into the end zone. And down it goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. That's going to set him back 5 yards. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. From the shotgun, Wilson. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure. And boy, did it pay off in this case.
That's taken on the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And it's 3rd down.
Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. And he finds Daniels. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Here's Murray. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Touchdown,
A big play there. 55 yards. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
40, Seahawks 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Check 53. Check. Let's go. Left pass. 53.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
58 is the mark. Alert. Let's go. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go, 58 is the mic. Watch the run.
On first down, Wilson. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now.
He's got the lane, And there he goes. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kyler Murray, 55 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, Charles, fans around here, they were already talking Super Bowl. They've made plans. You just can't look past anybody in this league, especially this deep into the playoffs.
You would think that every year that message would sink in, and it feels like every year we see something like this, especially the way they're handling them. All right, you didn't expect this part to happen, but when you're playing this deep in the playoffs, every team's dangerous.
This will make it into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
DJ Reed on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this down deep inside of Arizona's 15-yard line. A big connection on that one. 49 yards. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson, Dorsett making the catch. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This is caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. And he's able to put it through.
Makes the score Cardinals 47, Seahawks 21.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that'll make it third down.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
The Cardinals on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up fourth down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. You know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The kick is good.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Very short kick taken right at the 20. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top for the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. To throw again. Wilson buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And a very good return as he takes this all the way up to the 35-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And you can bet that they are starting to sense it now. That George Halas trophy, nearly theirs. Their spot as NFC champions, oh so close as they try to finish this one off. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Second and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again second and 10.
Right there.
To throw is Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Throwing is Murray on third down. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A Cardinal first down, Murray to Hopkins.
A gain of 14. First down, Arizona.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man is Kirk, complete.
Murray.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the 42-yard line.
Facing a second and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a third and 2.
No gain on the play. And it brings up third down.
The The Cardinals on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They're going for it. Hits Murray. Now this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Let's go, dude. Tighten up.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And this is going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Buda Baker with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. They'll eat some clock with Freeman. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 34 yards there and a 1st down. I don't think that's what the defensive coordinator had in mind there. You got him pinned back inside the 5, and then you let him rip off that long run.
You're already anticipating the film session, aren't you?
There's going to be some anger.
Yeah, there's not going to be at the greatest hits, is it? Because they didn't hit anyone on that play. Supposed to have them pinned back deep. Instead, they leave a big crack, a gaping hole, and guess what? They're in bad position right now. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm coming.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Flushed out right. Going deep for Hopkins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
Murray's pass intercepted. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Buda Baker with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 3-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brent.
It's a foot race. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The Cardinals are headed for the Super Bowl as we sign off here and say goodnight, everybody. And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this.